Does anyone have a question they would like to ask? I really can't wait till this is all over, this quarantine, and we all can somehow get together somewhere and interact, in a way which is very human and very loving and very profound. I think it's important, and I'm certainly looking forward to it when that time can come again. Hopefully in 3 months, maybe this summer, everybody will get vaccinated and we can all kind of live our lives again. But meanwhile, I think what we have here is great. I think it's wonderful that people can attend these classes from literally anywhere in the world. And, it's open. It's open for people to take advantage of. They don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to travel anywhere. I don't have to hear those complaints about them having to travel to come to retreats. And all they have to do is go to their computer and bingo. And the classes are very strong, very deep, shockingly deep, shockingly strong. And I'm just grateful that we all can participate in this and truly benefit from basically a new way of doing Kundalini meditation, There's always a door that opens. I don't care. That's why I don't listen to people's complaints anymore, Door closes. If you really work in yourself, a door will always open. Something opens to make life possible. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask? Just have to take advantage of what God gives us, really. Well, I don't like this. I don't like bullshit. You take advantage of what God gives you and use it to grow and be grateful that there is a way to do deep inner work. Does anyone have a question? Somebody ask a question.
I have a question, Stuart. It's Paula. I'm so grateful and so moved by the pure feeling of love that I experience in these meditations. And I'm so sorry for those in the world that have not. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And I wanted to ask it feels like my heart is going to burst with this beautiful feeling. And I just have to ask, is this how do you feel on a daily, do you feel this on a daily basis? It's just.
I mean, not 100% all the time, but my life is very quiet, simple, open, dealing with all the things I have to deal with every day without turning them into major soap opera and drama. And how else do you want to live, for God's sake? I mean, who wants to live any other way? I mean, all of that soap opera, all of that drama, that emotion, that me, what I want, it's all just substitution for a spiritual life. People do that because they're not having a spiritual life. If you're having a spiritual life, if you're open to God and higher energy, then you don't have to do that. There's enough drama going on inside you that you don't have to create drama in the world. And I don't mean lamentation and crying. I mean that opening, that it's like a volcano inside that opens, that incredible depth of touching places inside oneself that are unimaginable in ordinary life. And then that becomes ordinary life, the way you live every day. I'm happy for you, Paul. I really, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for anyone who can feel that kind of love inside themselves. I mean, I go in my heart, and the last dozen classes, I find Nityananda there with a big smile on his face. It's amazing, and it just puts a smile on my face to be able to connect with energies like that, people like that, who are so profoundly enlightened and elevated in their consciousness and their connection to God. So yes, dear, yes. I say yes.
Yes. So beautiful. Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? And, just to finish this, what we just talked about should be ordinary living. It shouldn't be the exceptional. It should be the way we live our lives every day. Not, oh my God, I had this incredible experience 28 years ago. I mean, how many times I used to hear that from people? I had this great Kundalini experience, when I was 16, the person's 70 years old, when I was 16 years old, and you look at them and they're half dead. It should be life in a continuum that way. Every day we should live that way. And if we're not living that way, it's just reminding us of the work we have to do on ourselves to get there. And it shouldn't be some phony spiritual veneer, That's the worst. Some veneer, you stick it out in the weather and it peels up, It should be a profound inner opening that is real and rooted and grounded in somebody. And you're open no matter what is going on in your life. From the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, to this, you're open inside, and and you can deal with it from that. I mean, I went into a T-Mobile and I met this young man who was working there. He was a very cute guy, and his name was Jada. His name was, and I said, well, what is Jada? He said, well, it means I give in French. Well, it's French slang. It's not je donne as I give, And we two of us just laughed and talking about doing plans with Timo, but it was fun, It wasn't some hassle or bullshit. We just had a great time. I was there with my daughter. We had a wonderful time with this guy. I just really liked him. Should be like that. That should be ordinary living. Life shouldn't be a pain in the ass. It should be, hey, I'm alive. What a miracle. Rudy used to say it's a miracle that anybody gets through a day. That the days can be so difficult, and they are, but we have to learn how to deal with the difficulty with an open heart. Not, road rage and anger and being pissed off at the world and somebody did something to us we didn't like. We do things to people all the time they don't like, So if we can't forgive other people, who's going to forgive us? Does anyone else have a question? And to me, it's just great to just have Nityananda in my heart all the time. Man, I just love it. He's there with his big smile on his face. And it just brings a big smile to in the middle of the meditation, brings a big smile to my face, My grandfather. Does anyone else have a question they'd like to ask? Okay, there'll be a class tomorrow evening. Again, thank you all. God bless you all for being here, that we can share this with each other. I can't wait till we can do this in person. You know, it's great to hug people after class. You know, human interaction is really wonderful. But this is what we have. And I think it's working, for God's sake. It's really working. So take advantage of it, you know, and just be grateful that we can communicate in a spiritual way like this, Zoom. I'm grateful. I tell this to people, they don't believe me. Oh, yeah, but I said, well, you know, what can I tell you? You know, there's not people that study, but friends that I know in different places. Well, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Are you making any money at it? That's one of the questions. I said, yeah, enough to pay my bills. You know, it's okay. I'm not getting rich by any means. I'm certainly not going to live in a palace based on these Zoom classes. Oh my God, you know. So what are you going to do when people are ready? They're ready. You know, how can I be involved? You know, not, are you making any money at it? You know? Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, bless you all. Thank you. We'll have class tomorrow evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Stuart. Hugs, virtual hugs.
Thank you.
Thank you.